As of mid-March, when Governor Cuomo ordered an executive order and indicated that all schools would be closed for a period of time, agencies such as Green Chimneys were mandated to continue to provide services to both children and families. We began to plan for the worst scenario. We really had no idea that it would be more than 2 or 3 weeks, but as a result, we planned long term.
We're an animal-assisted activity, therapy, and education program. The kids work with the animals, and in March, that stopped.
Our responsibility is the 152 students who come to school every day from 70 communities, the 102 youngsters who live with us in our residential program, as well as the students who receive supports via our community service program. That was my responsibility, along with my team, to ensure that we can keep the 484 staff as well as students connected.
Our children require a much higher level of care than most school programs. When all other schools closed their doors, we didn't have that option. So we had to figure out how to keep our program running safely. A lot of that fell on the health center to develop safe policies and procedures for not just our students, but our staff and their families and the community. What we received in the beginning was a lot of unknown, very little information.
A big part of the spirit of Green Chimneys is the connectivity between our staff, working shoulder to shoulder on behalf of every child and every family that are involved in the Green Chimneys community. The teachers also work with the students they typically work with during face-to-face instruction. That didn't change. Same group of students, same teachers, same staff. For our students to truly learn, they needed to be emotionally regulated. That's where our social services came in.
We really had to shift and think about how we were going to deliver our services differently and do it quickly, knowing that these families and kids were at home struggling with not a lot of support in their community. As we started, we had only these 7 kids on the campus from the residential program. We started getting some of our kids back on the residential campus really because they couldn't manage for too much longer in the community. Feelings of anxiety and stress and worry and fear, these are all very normal feelings. So amp that up by 1,000 and you have maybe what some of our kids are dealing with and managing on a daily basis. Now they are doing all of their learning on a remote platform where they're having to sit in a room and be still to watch and participate.
Respite is really a way to provide many of the struggling youth with a chance to work on skills in the moment, as well as being able to provide the youth with a break. Since the pandemic, we've had to reevaluate how we're going to be working with the kids. Individual sessions included discussing how they were dealing with the pandemic, the change from in-person education to online education.
Some of the changes we've had to make during this epidemic were social distancing at its best. We weren't too sure how kids were going to react to these changes, how kids with special needs, sensory issues, and kids who have a hard time sort of following direction.
What really also was a learning curve is how do we keep our animals involved? How do we keep them going in terms of their training? Particularly our horses are used to being ridden every week, being interacted with. They have a lot of human contact. At the center of it were 6 animal caretakers, mostly younger folks, who just knocked it out of the ballpark. They came in every day, did their job. We had to start finding ways to let the kids come to the animals safely. How do we do that, keeping social distance for us adults with the kids around the animals? Several months later, we are ready.
Today is Monday, the 18th of May, 2020.
These youngsters need continuity. They need a consistent schedule. We had morning announcements. We did the Pledge of Allegiance. We did the weather. We did various current events. We kept them connected to their school. Many of the youngsters receive counseling twice per week here when they're on campus. During the pause, they were receiving counseling almost on a daily basis, and that really was key.
When we talk about the residents that are on campus, they've been doing an amazing job, to say the least. A lot of them haven't seen their families in quite some time, and for any child, it's a huge challenge. Our staff members helped out with schooling and tutoring and homework and things of that nature to help these children to remain in class. They've come up with some really great activities and ideas for these kids to do while here.
What the recreation department was able to provide for the kids of Green Chimneys was a sense of normalcy. It provided a structure to their day. It provided a stability and an anchor, and they knew that they had something to look forward to every single day.
We did a teacher appreciation drive-through. We did 2 8th grade moving up drive-throughs. Our graduation may have been the most memorable of anything we have done here at Green Chimneys during the last 4 months.
I just can't wait for the kids to come back, because without the kids on this farm, it just isn't the same place.
Overall, it's a huge testament to everyone that we've been working with from other departments and collaborating and coming up with a solid plan and being proactive.
It has been an honor and a pleasure during these 4 months to work with my staff. That they have really done a fabulous job.
Everybody really pitching in and really jumping in with 2 feet to take care of the needs of the kids that they see in front of them.
What impressed me the most about this agency was the leadership and our ability to communicate and create procedures that made sure our campus didn't skip a beat. And at the end of the day, we came out on top.